Audible's best of 2024 picks are here. Discover the year's top audiobooks, podcasts, and originals in all your favorite genres. From memoirs and sci-fi to mysteries and thrillers, Audible's curated list in every category is the best way to hear 2024's best in audio entertainment. Like a stunning new full-cast production of George Orwell's 1984. Heartfelt memoirs like Supreme Court Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson's Lovely One. The year's best fiction, like The Women by Kristen Hanna, and Percival Everett's brilliantly subversive James. Audible. There's more to imagine when you listen. Go to audible.com/imagine and discover all the year's best waiting for you.
Credit Karma is your evolved financial assistant, making managing your finances simpler and more tailored to you. Join us at creditkarma.com to start your personalized financial journey today and continue to grow with our innovations. Credit Karma. Evolve your finances.
Edit audio.
Hello, everyone. I'm Robin Hopkins, and this is Well Adjusting, where I talk to people about life stuff, but not in an NPR way. It's more like we're at the bar, having cocktails, getting into your business sort of way.
It's giving drunk NPR.
Oh, and producer Steph is here too.
Hello.
Today we chat, well, peace, joy, and maybe just a little bit of holiday dysfunction. Oh, happy holidays, producer Steph. Jingle, jingle, jingle.
Happy holidays.
For everyone listening, producer Steph and I, we were talking about how to celebrate the holidays with more than just like a, I don't know, like I can't stand my parents and I don't want to go home this year kind of vibe. And we wanted to bring some joy, bring in some merry.
Also, we're like the forward face of the show. It's weird to say face of the show when it's like an audio first.
Yeah.
But it occurred to me that like we're like the face of the show, but there's actually like so many people at Edit Audio who make this show happen, who like this show would not exist without them. So they work hard every goddamn week, and we should get them in on this.
Well, I mean, obviously, the poor behind the scenes folks at Edit Audio, I'm always like, so I'm seeing you doing a video. And they're always like, maybe if we could not. But we got them in here today and we're making them be our guests. And today we are going to talk gratitude, tips for surviving the holidays. And we are also going to answer some random holiday questions that I wrote or ChatGPT wrote in secret and have not shared with the team.
Ooh, I love that.
Now, but Steph, before we bring everybody in, we have to start with you, okay? Because as I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. You are one of the things I'm very thankful for.
Aww.
I love that we get to do this. We get to talk to people, and hopefully we help some people, and we're trying to better ourselves as we do it. And this doesn't, in all seriousness, this doesn't exist without you. So I'm thankful.
I'm thankful too. When you said we have to start with you, I like immediately went into panic because I thought you were just gonna off the jump ask me like one of these secret questions that I don't know about. But I'm glad that instead you just said nice things to me. So
exactly.
I'm very thankful for you. Very grateful for the show. I can't believe how much it's grown. I can't believe that we like wake up some days with emails from people like saying nice things about the show or things they've learned or asking to come on. And that is so cool. That's the most rewarding part.
It really is. So. We really do love to hear from y'all. So if you ever do want to reach out to us, you could just get us at hello@edit. Is it .io? I can never, ever do it, Steph.
3 years in, it's hello@editaudio.
I had it. I'm so not confident about having it.
Yeah. It's hello@editaudio.
Okay. Reach out to us. We love you. All right. Now, Steph, for the first question, and I did give you time to prepare on this one because I'm asking everyone, is what is your one tip for surviving the holidays? Because, the holidays can come with a lot of pressure. We're talking like family drama. Some people are single and feel maybe a little lonely in the holidays. There's money pressures. I just think sometimes the holidays can be hard.
Yes, very hard. I think I thought about this a lot, and it was hard to have one. But something I've been working a lot on this year is like checking in with myself. I'm not very good at like understanding what feelings I'm feeling, and I'm very good at pushing them aside and just like moving on and rolling with the punches. So I think my number one tip for myself which maybe this could be helpful for others, is to like take me time, and during that me time to like actually check in and like try to see how I'm feeling, so that then when things bubble up, which they inevitably will, I don't, crash and burn completely. So me time plus check in.
Well, I love that, though, because I do think that sometimes like there's so much happening that we can forget to take care of ourselves. My sneaky tip is to like, I'm the first one to volunteer to do the Target run, because then I get like alone time away from folks if things are stirring up. So I think that's a hot tip.
I also I never fall backwards on my walks. Like, I love to go on a walk, especially if I'm stressed out.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, when I'm with people and, like, stressed out, I just, like, make sure that I go on walks. And I, like, prepare people beforehand. I'm like, I go on a walk every day. So, like, don't be weirded out if I just, like, leave and go on a walk. And then that frees you up when, like, someone says some, like, weirdly, like, homophobic thing to just, like, leave the room and go on a fucking walk. There's my second tip.
All right. Okay. So I have this very, very elaborate system for how we're going to do our grab bag questions. Now, if I was really good as a producer, I would have printed them all out. I would have put them in a bowl, and I'd be reaching my hand
like
in.
a little sack, like a red velour
like a Santa
gift sack. Yes.
Yeah, but I'm not that good, because we're recording this like in early December. I've not ordered a single gift for my kids yet. So what I do is I have them on the list, and I'm just going to like kind of like take my finger back and forth. But that sounded really weird. I'm just going to kind of move my hand, and then you say stop, and wherever I am, that's going to be your question.
Oh, fun.
Okay.
Stop.
Okay. What's the weirdest holiday gift you have ever received?
Oh, this is so bad.
Oh.
Okay, so my dad and my stepmom, I have 4 siblings. Or I have 3 siblings. I'm the 4th sibling. And 2 of them have long-term partners that have been in our family for like 15 years. So like I have them in my life too. And we don't have like Christmas all together. So we're all in different houses. And we slowly start to call each other as the day goes on. And we realize our parents bought us all the same gift. Which like could be fine. You know, like it's like a family photo or something.
Yeah,
but the gift that they bought us was this like incredibly heinous art piece that is like like multiple very bright colors of like a random mountain made by some guy. Like it had no like significance. It was just like a piece of, and it was metal backed. It was like on a piece of metal. Like it was
they
first
tried.
of all ugly.
They tried.
Second of all, like, and the second thing they bought was like a hiking backpack, which like I love. Like, it's like an Arc'teryx, like, insulated backpack. I bring it to the beach. I brought it camping, like, you know, whatever. But I am the most outdoorsy person in my family. And I would say I'm not very outdoorsy. Like,
Not how I would describe you.
No. Like, I love a hike and I love a beach, but, like, I'm bringing beer in my bag. You know, I'm not, like, doing, like, a whole thing. And, like, everyone else in my family, I don't think has, like, ever worn a backpack. Like, even to work or school. Like, I think they're all, like, cute little purse, like, you know, they have someone carry their bag type people. So very weird choice of gifts. Also, like, never buy art for someone unless you're like
no.
So
and also
in sync with them.
The same art for all people is just like, I thought this was cute.
Yeah, it's so absurd, so like lacking any thoughtfulness. And then the worst part is
we're gonna need a picture of that for the socials.
The worst part is that my dad and my stepmom have never visited me. I've lived out of my house since I was 15. They've never visited me. And my dad decided a few years ago that he was going to come visit me because I was like, hey, it's been 15 years. So he came to visit me for the first time. And I was like panicked because I was like, oh my God, where do I put this fucking piece of art? Because it's like the only like thing that he's like given me for a house. And it's the only time he visited me. And I was like, this is going to be like horrible. So I had to like go dig it out of something and like put it up. And the only place I could find to put it up where I was not like incredibly miserable was on top of the kitchen's like cabinets. Like I have like a shelf on top of the kitchen cabinets where I have like vases and like cute things. And I just put it up there above the microwave.
Oh, all right. My worst holiday gift was one of the years in college. My mom was like, this was like the beginning of the real hardcore drinking years. And there was just like at least 4 of my gifts that I opened up were socks. And it just kept like, and I kept being like, more socks. And I was like, well, And I was like in college and like broke. I was like, okay, thank you. All right, Maria, who is our producer extraordinaire. I mean, she makes us sound competent, confident, and I don't know what else. But she's the big cheese. She's a producer on the show. She edits it. She's big cheese.
Le Grand Fromage.
So, Maria, first of all, welcome. Is this the first time we have your actual voice on the show, even though your whole essence is all over this show?
Thank you, all over it. I think I once helped out with a Expert of the Day, little end of the episode segment.
That is true. The driving one.
Oh, and that. I've been on it loads, let's be honest.
Okay, all right. You're a superstar.
I'm popping around.
All right, so Maria, I would like to hear from you your holiday tip for our well-adjusting listeners.
I think this is a good one. So,
wait, start off confident. I love it.
Own trumpet. If you are going to like a family's house, or I don't know, you're having people around, but it's a little bit like loosey-goosey with the invites. Basically, there's always going to be someone you didn't think about, right, that shows up. Take an extra gift. And all the better if it's something handmade, like baked, like make some fudge, make some little cookies, something. Which also means if the extra person doesn't show up, there's just more shit to eat, which is great.
My God, that's
and
so
a handmade
thoughtful.
gift is like cheap, takes a little time, but like seems really thoughtful. So you're like, oh, great Aunt Catherine, I didn't realize you were coming, but here's some fudge. And great Aunt Catherine is satisfied.
Do you put like a little tag on it and bring a pen so that you can like just put Aunt Catherine on there real quick so it looks like you were being all intentional about it?
Oh yeah, I've always got pens on my person. And I've got someone once gave me as a gift actually, like ribbon that says made with love or something. So I just take that and it's like an extra handmade touch.
Wow. I feel like I've been put to shame because it's like, I'm like lucky if I can just like get us all there somewhat on time showing up. And I remember to bring something for the host. All right. Are you ready for your grab bag question?
Yeah, I'm a bit scared.
I mean, God knows what ChatGPT has in its sleeve. Okay. Does ChatGPT have a sleeve? We don't know. At this point, we don't know. Okay. You tell me when to stop. Things are already moving.
I wish there was a wheel.
Bump.
Stop.
What's the funniest holiday story you can think of with your family?
Oh my God, pressure.
I know, that's a tough one.
Oh, I've got a good one. Okay. We were young teenagers, my sister and I, and it was like big family Christmas, everyone over, cousins and everything. Granny is known for being inappropriate, outspoken, no filter, hashtag no filter granny. I think my sister was sitting next to her. We were passing along food at the dining table. And and there's just like a lull in conversation naturally. And Granny just looks over to her and says, "Lovely bosom."
What did everybody do?
Fell about laughing, and my sister like flushes red. I think maybe even gets up and leaves. She's like 15, you know, she's just getting boobs. She's
not
embarrassed
comfortable in her body
and
yet.
Uncomfortable, and it's like just in front of everyone, and yeah, I think she runs away. And then every year at Christmas, someone has to say "lovely bosom."
I love when like weird shit becomes tradition. You know what I mean? Like my mom used to say all the time, well, we got here just in time. And like, cause like a crowd would show up or something. And then she would always just say that. And so then I started saying, well, as my dead mom used to say, we got here just in time. And on our most recent vacation, the kids started going, well, as my dead grandmother, who I never met, said, we got here just in time. And I just like love when like stuff just continues like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to put that on your tombstone.
We got here just in time. That's kind of amazing. That should be the name of my autobiography.
Also, lovely bosom is the sweetest way to say nice tits I've ever heard. Like, I'm going to use that from now on.
Lovely bosom.
Not that I walk around saying nice tits to people. But
I hope not.
Also, I did ask ChatGPT if they have sleeves, and they said, I don't have a sleeve, but I do have plenty of layers in a digital sense.
Oh, ChatGPT's got jokes. Well, I just want to say this to you, Maria, before we say, please and thank you for coming. I mean, you still have to sit here and do your job. But I just want to say thank you so much for your contribution and all you do. Like, I mean, there's so many times where I'm just like, I don't even need to look at it again because I just trust you implicitly. Your creative senses are so wonderful and you are an absolute joy to work with. And we are so lucky to have you on the Well Adjusting. And as are the Well Adjusting listeners, lucky to have you because without you, Steph, Lord have mercy, what would we be like?
Yes. And Maria is like the sound of the show. I mean, Robin and I make jokes to each other, but you like defined what the show is from the jump. And now it's like so like crisp and put together. And even when we do little holiday episodes like this, it still fits within that. And I love that you made that. And I love everything you do here and everything you do on the show.
Thank you. Do I have to say something
She's
nice back
so
or can I just let it sit?
She's so uncomfortable. You do not.
She's like, do I have to say a compliment about you guys?
It's like, because I can't think of any right now. Well, thank you so much, Maria.
Okay, happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
The holidays are all about sharing with family. Meals, couches, stories, grandma's secret pecan pie recipe. And now you can also share a cart with Instacart Family Carts. Everyone can add what they want to one group cart from wherever they are. So you don't have to go from room to room to find out who wants cranberry sauce, or whether you should get mini marshmallows for the yams, or collecting votes for sugar cookies versus shortbread. Just share a cart, and then share the meals and the moments. Download the Instacart app and get delivery in as fast as 30 minutes. Plus, enjoy free delivery on your first 3 orders. Service fees and terms apply.
Did you know that you can make your life-saving donation to Doctors Without Borders go even further? Whether you donate stock, recommend a grant through your donor-advised fund, or make an IRA-qualified charitable distribution, you can take advantage of strong market performance this year to maximize your charitable impact. Making it possible for Doctors Without Borders to stay ready to respond in more than 70 countries around the world. Together, we go further. Explore ways to give at doctorswithoutborders.org/podcast.
You know that feeling when your favorite brand really gets you? Deliver that feeling to your customers every time. Memorable moments like these are key to building your business and your brand. Klaviyo turns your customer data into real-time connections across AI-powered email, SMS, and more, making every moment count, so you can continue to build smarter, more meaningful relationships with your customers. Build smarter digital relationships with your customers and make every moment count with Klaviyo. Learn more at klaviyo.com/BFCM.
Next up, we have Kathleen. Now, I mean, talk about keeping the train on the tracks. Talk about all the behind the scenes. Like, I just want to say, and I don't know if everyone will truly understand the compliment this is. Never in my lifetime have I ever allowed anyone access to my calendar and to take care of things on my behalf. And I trust Kathleen implicitly. Like if like the house was on fire, I would maybe call 911, but I might also just call Kathleen.
Incredible. Wow.
It's true. It's true.
Such an honor.
She's like, I don't usually
Please
have
don't
to talk.
call me. If your house is on fire, I can't get to you. I'm so far away from you.
This is the most Kathleen helpful story I will tell, which is very weird. But I was on an airplane recently and I was trying to pay for airplane Wi-Fi so that I could work. But for some reason, my credit card wasn't going through. And it was like during the part where you're not allowed to take your bags out. And my credit card was up top. And I had text messaging Wi-Fi, but not Wi-Fi on my computer to like do work. And like we have pretty good work-life balance. Like I don't really text people on their cell phones unless it's like an emergency, which this was not. But I texted Kathleen and was like, hey, can you send me my own credit card information?
Can you tell me where I
memorized it.
Also, sorry for messaging you from the air on your cell phone, but
I think you were also messaging me from like the personal phone number, not the work phone number.
Yeah.
So afterwards I was like purging this from my mind because work-life balance.
Yeah. Anyways, so
Hello.
that's who
I'm
Kathleen is.
here.
All right. Well, we're so glad you're here.
We're here. We're gathered today in festive celebration. Ask me anything.
Okay. Well, I'm going to start by asking you, what is your holiday tip for our well-adjusting listeners?
Okay, yes. This is the most like not production manager tip. But what I would say is like, let go of the plan. You know, like there's so much planning of the holidays. You're like, what am I going to cook? What are the gifts? Who am I seeing? Where are we going? Like so much planning. I'm not saying don't have a plan. Like, have a plan, but then once you're in it, you gotta let go of the reins because shit will hit the fan, the chaos will happen. You gotta ride that wave. So yes, in my seasoned old age, this is what I've come to accept as my reality.
What are
It's like
12?
you go in, you're like, this is what we're gonna do, and then you just let the fates take over and see what happens and enjoy yourself so much more. So
You know what's so interesting? I love this tip. Arancis Savis, I think is her last name. She does this thing called the Uplifters podcast, and we've done some cross-promoed stuff together. And she just sent out this Substack article about for Thanksgiving, they had moved into a new house and they had all these people at their house, and it was like a whole like dinner and the table set, and the power went out. And the power went out for like until they went to bed. And the way that she described it, it was like the most amazing holiday because they got the candles out and they were like eating cold turkey. And she was like, thankfully that she had prepped in advance. And it's like so the food was there.
Turkey.
Yeah. It was cooked, but it was cold. But the rest of the story sounded so lovely. And then she put this picture of them all at this like long table with candlelight, like just joyful. It just made me think of what you were saying, that idea of just letting go of what it's supposed to be and being with whatever is right here, right now.
truly, like there's so much creepy, weird holiday pressure, and it never
really
goes
is.
according to plan. So you just gotta go with it. Fire safety if you have the candles.
Spoken like a true production management person.
Can I tell a short story? We have
Please.
this really funny. So I have 3 brothers.
You're on a podcast, Kathleen. You don't have to ask to tell a story.
Okay. Hello, permission to speak. So Christmas is always chaos, and my parents really wanted a picture of all of us. So we wanted to go to the mall and get like a traditional like Santa Claus photo at the mall. And one of my brothers was like, "We're not going to the mall. We're not paying for the Santa picture." So I said, "Brother, you have 30 minutes to get it together for us to like take a photo at home. And if it doesn't work out, we're going to the mall." And he's like, "Okay." And he grabs this huge blanket, like this red duvet cover, puts it outside in the backyard on the snow. We all sit down. He has a Santa hat, and we get my friend to take the picture. And it's just like absolute chaos. So I love that picture because it's like you can see everything in the background. We cropped it in, so it looks cute. And it's like this red carpet, and we're all sitting there. And my brother is dressed as Santa. And you still have like my friend with the shadow in the picture who took it for us. And yeah, sometimes you just got to make do and embrace the chaos.
I love that came out of the fact that your brother was too cheap to pay for like JCPenney photos.
100%.
I love it.
He's like, "We're not going to the mall."
Honestly, that's another good tip. Like, if someone's being a pain in the ass, like, okay, you have 30 minutes to solve this. Otherwise, we're going with my shit.
Yes. 100%.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to take charge. I love it. All right, Kathleen.
Oh, no.
It is time for your random question.
All
You
right.
have to tell me when to stop my finger. Oh my God, that sounds so dirty.
Oh my God.
But tell me when to land.
Have you started?
I have started. This has just really gone
Please
awry.
Stop.
Okay. What's the holiday movie that you have to watch every single year?
Ooh, I don't do that. But recently, I was outside in public walking down the street, and for some reason, I thought about the woman in Central Park from the original Home Alone who just like has all the pigeons and is just in the park. And I audibly laughed out loud to myself. And then I was like, I need to watch that movie again because I haven't seen it in years. So I will be watching that movie, but I don't know.
Growing up, we watched Miracle on 34th Street every year. And it was like, I'm talking the days when you couldn't stream shit. Like we had to like sit down. I'm like, sound so fucking old right now, but with the TV guide and look for the premiere of Miracle. And they would only play it once. And so you had to look for the time. And then we would all make sure we came home and we would watch it. And then there was like a year where they colorized it and we were all like outraged. We were like, this wasn't meant to be in color. I'm 75.
For the young people, a TV guide is a
TV
schedule, calendar, time-slotted schedule with what will be playing on
But it was like
cable
a
TV.
magazine. It arrived at your house.
It came in
once
print.
it came in print. Like you had a subscription to TV Guide and it would show up on like Saturday for the following week. and you would like look through and be like, oh, what's on Tuesday? Happy Days. It's crazy.
Yeah, which like as a production manager, Kathleen, imagine we printed our schedule of shit like a month in advance and sent it to people's house. Like, no.
Can I go now?
You can go now. You did so good, Kathleen.
Thank you so much. Goodbye.
Happy holidays. You are the absolute best.
Kathleen, you are amazing. Thank you for all that you do. This show would not exist without you. None of our shows would exist without you.
True.
Maybe my brain would not exist without you. So thank you for all that you do. You're the best.
Thank you. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Goodbye.
So next up in our lineup would have been Mel, the marketing manager, which is, I love the alliteration of Mel, the marketing manager, MMM. And Mel is amazing, but Mel actually can't be here today because she's gearing up for the holiday season in the best way by going to karaoke and singing her heart out. And then apparently it ended with Sweet Caroline last night, and now she's got no voice. So what we just want to say is, Mel, we love you, and we love all the amazing work that you do to help us promote the show and get it out so that more people know about Well Adjusting.
Yeah, thank you, Melissa.
Oh my gosh, look who is here next. A surprise guest. It's Crystal.
With a surprise tree.
With a surprise Christmas tree that Crystal's holding. Crystal's our very special head of sales and business development. And it's a very fancy schmancy title, but essentially Crystal brings in that sweet, sweet green that helps us keep the train running and make content, because somebody got to pay for this shit. So we are so thankful for you and all the work you do, for Edit Audio and also for Well Adjusting. So Crystal, first of all, hello. And I want to ask you, do you have, for our listeners, a how to survive or thrive during the holiday tip?
A survival holiday tip. Living in LA, my favorite tip to people is to tell transplants to go home.
Wait, tell me.
That's just me.
I need more explanation of that.
So I'm an LA native. So I love telling people not from LA to go home.
So it's quiet and there's no traffic?
Yes. So I get to enjoy my peace for like 2 weeks.
I love that.
It's very beneficial to like the 5,000 of us left who can still afford to live here. It's my gift to me.
I was going to say, how do people take it when you're like, you know what you should do? Go home. How do people take that?
Yeah. Because I wrap it really nice, right? So it's like, you should go home, see your loved ones. It's cute, right? Cherish the time, get those memories in, remember better moments, et cetera, et cetera. But for me, it's just like, I get to drive on the 405 and not take 3 hours to get home because it's like 20 miles.
I do love, that's one of my favorite parts of New York City. Same. Is that people go away in the last month of summer. And it's so delightful in the city. Because everything's still open. You still got all the access, but none of the people.
What is your tip for making LA feel Christmassy? Because I feel like you can't have Christmas in the heat, but then I see your apartment and I'm like, maybe I'm wrong.
Look, we don't ever have snow, so like that's not like a fairy tale for us. But I mean, look, you can get some garland. You can get a real like cute Charlie Brown tree. Sparkles, lights. They do lights real well out here. That's the one thing I will say. There are lights everywhere. Even though our power bills are high, we don't care. Everything's high.
You're like giving us the tip that's like, make the most of it.
Absolutely.
Whatever it is, like wherever you are, just make it your own and then try to get rid of people.
Absolutely.
Now, Crystal, I am going to move my hand and you're going to tell me when to stop. And that's whatever question I land on is the one you're going to answer. Are you ready?
I mean, I'm always ready. Let's go.
All right. Tell me when.
Let's stop right now. That sounds like a good time.
Okay. Do you remember the most epic holiday meltdown? It could be yours or someone else's.
Do I remember? I mean, I could think of like 300 because I worked retail for 8.5 years.
Give us most epic holiday meltdown.
I'm trying to think of one that won't get me in the most trouble.
No,
I think
give us
my
the one that gets you
favorite
into
one.
trouble.
So I worked at Target for 8.5 years. And if you go into a Target, you know how you have that help button that you hit and it goes, someone will be with you. And so like, there are 30 people who need help, but these 2 women kept hitting the button. And my team member would like clear it and then tell them to like go in line. And they just kept hitting the button. And I had just clocked in. And they're like just hitting the button. And he's like, please go get in line. And I'm just watching it and walking with like one of my other team members. And I'm just like, I'm going to go break the button. And she's like, what? And I'm like, I'm going to go break the button. And she's like, but don't you think we need it? And I'm like, no. And so they hit it one more time. By this time, they had hit it like 10 times. And I'm like, excuse me. And they're like, oh, we need help. I'm like, that's great. And so I grabbed the button from like in between our registers and I smashed it down. And I'm like, I'm going to need you to get in line. And they're like, can we speak to the manager? And I'm like, well, you're in luck because I am the manager and I'm going to need you to get in line. They were very upset. They started swearing at me. It was a good time. But that's probably one of my favorite stories. I got a bunch of them, but that one was one of my favorites.
In that story, who do you think's having the meltdown? You or the customer?
Well, I was laughing. We all had a good laugh, like me and my team members.
You caused the
Like,
meltdown.
I did cause it. I was absolutely the causation.
I love it.
But I was laughing. Us in the red t-shirts, laughing.
Oh my God.
The women who kept hitting the button, very upset. I was called a lot of things after that button went smash.
I don't know what it is about the holiday that makes people, like, it's like manufactured urgency that makes them think that they're more important or their time is somehow more important than other people.
Yeah, get in the line.
Like, if you get in the line, you will get the service in which you were asking for.
Well, I want to say thank you so much, Crystal, for everything you do for the show and for Edit Audio. It's like, we need you.
We need you.
We need you, please. We need you. Help us. All right. Now, last and most definitely not least, Meg is coming in to join us. Now, Meg has to put up with me because Meg makes her social assets for Well Adjusting. And I am all the time sending emails and trying to find creative ways to be like, hey, is it possible to like maybe not zoom in quite so far on my face? But Meg brings this amazing easy breezy vibe, and her accent and her Twitter account are things that I love her for. Also, you bring a vibe to we have a weekly meeting to talk about the show. You bring a vibe to that is the best. Like,
just bringing it off the rails constantly, just interrupting with inane thoughts.
And always just like sort of just like chilled on a couch, like leaning back. Like, I'm always like, Meg is doing it all right. All right, Meg. So you've been listening. We've had a lot of good tips so far for folks for the holidays. What is your tip?
Lower your expectations. And I feel like that's so like mean. And as Kathleen was speaking, I was like, oh, is that kind of the same? But it isn't. Because I'm 26, turning 27. And since COVID, like the last 5 years, family Christmases have never been back to what they used to be. And I grew up with really nice big family Christmases. And I have had to let go that those aren't ever coming back because I'm an adult now. And like me and my cousins are all like in our 20s and like into our 30s, and then we've got 2 little ones. And so I'm desperately trying to like create the same vibe and the same memories that I had in that side of the family. My brother is now in the place where he has to alternate Christmas with his girlfriend's family because they live a different part of the country. And yeah, it's definitely going to be a weird one this year because it's on my brother's girlfriend's turn. Yeah. And normally they do the cooking as well, which is a pity.
Oh. Well, you know what's interesting about that though, Meg, is like what I hear in that is I love that you had that. You know what I mean? That it was this lovely thing. And we have some traditions that we do every year, but I'm always like, we got to go with the flow. If it feels different and it feels off, you got to run with it, because otherwise I think you're stuck in this place of just being like trying to recreate something versus having a real experience.
Yeah, definitely. And like, I'm just very conscious that because my granddad's birthday is Christmas Day. So Christmas Eve was like our big family get together. And I find myself now being like, well, what are we all doing Christmas Eve? And everyone's got different plans. And I'm like, but what about the 2 little ones? Like they should have what we had at granddad's. But you know, they're all fine. It is just me that's like nostalgic for that sort of evening.
You know, Steph said something in last year's holiday episode that I remember that I always think of about like taking traditions from the memories that she loved. You say it, because you say it better, Steph.
Yeah. I don't think I have like great associations with holidays, but I do have like a few like really good associations with like some people in my family, and I try to like take those bets. So like on Christmas, usually every year I make like a pasta that my nana used to make, and Christmas Eve we like all got together and like played cards or different board games and like would eat all seafood, which I don't eat seafood, but I'll still cook it. So I just like try to like have little moments where, you know, I like acknowledge her and like what she built and created, and I don't know, carry that with me. So maybe there's other ways that, I don't know what your grandpa was like, that you can like carry with you.
And I was also thinking too about the two little ones. Like maybe there's some special tradition you can create with you and them. You know, like maybe there's like Aunt Meg shows up and takes them out for hot cocoa, or you take them ice skating or something. Like maybe that like you create a new tradition that's like a special thing with you and them.
Yeah, definitely. Because they're now at the age where like they're actually going to remember things. I just want them to have and to feel the same family feelings that the rest of us got to have.
Yeah. I think we are bringing up something too, though, that's just like this is part of the like the trap of the holidays is the expectations and the like either recreating things. It's like, and it's, you know, it's like to both you and Kathleen's point is like you do have to go with it and you got to like, you know, figure out your new ways, because I think it makes it worse if you're just stuck.
Yeah, definitely.
Think scaling AI is hard? Think again. With Watson X, you can deploy AI across any environment. Above the clouds, helping pilots navigate flights, and on lots of clouds, helping employees automate tasks. On-prem, so designers can access proprietary data, and on the edge, so remote bank tellers can assist customers. Watson X works anywhere, so you can scale AI everywhere. Learn more at ibm.com/WatsonX. IBM. Let's create.
Today, the LGBTQ+ community is at a crossroads, with our loved ones and hard-won rights increasingly under attack. For decades, the Human Rights Campaign has been at the forefront of the fight for equality in the face of discrimination and harassment. With the support of people like you, HRC fights for a world where lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer people can live openly and thrive, free from fear. If you're ready to support the fight for equality, to donate today, visit hrc.org/give. That's hrc.org/GIVE. Did you know that parents rank financial literacy as the #1 most difficult life skill to teach? Meet Greenlight, the debit card and money app for families. With Greenlight, you can send money to kids instantly, set up chores, automate allowance, and keep an eye on your kids' spending with real-time notifications. Kids learn to earn, save, and spend wisely, and parents can rest easy knowing their kids are learning about money with guardrails in place. Sign up for Greenlight today at greenlight.com/Wondery. That's greenlight.com/Wondery.
All right, Meg, we are moving to your random question. And I need you to tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Okay. If you were to have kids or nieces or nephews, oh my God, this is so amazing. Chosen blood doesn't matter. What's one holiday tradition you would want to pass down to them? Oh my God, how is this even possible? ChatGPT in the universe. So I think this is almost like a well-adjusting episode where we're giving you homework to come up with traditions for your two little ones. You can't make this shit up. One holiday tradition you would want to pass down to them.
I am quite a crafty person, and what I have started to do in recent years is make little clay Christmas ornaments. And so, like, I've made one of my auntie, like a head bust of her singing with a little Christmas hat on, and all of my cousins have got little baubles with their names on. And I don't know if it's annoying. I don't know if I'm that person that's handing over Christmas decorations that people don't want. But I did see on one auntie's Christmas tree that the bauble has made it this year, so I know that it's at least going up. But yeah, I would like to create more of these little baubles, and as the years go on, you can add another one to the tree.
Maybe you can get together with the two little ones and you can make them together.
Maybe when they're a little bit more older and can be trusted with
Yeah, right
paint.
now shit'll be broken. Yeah. I love that. Well, I thank you for everything that you do on this show and for being a part of the Well-Adjusting family as well as the Edit Audio family.
Thank you for making such a great show, because one of the jobs that I do is I QC listen every episode, and it's always a highlight of my going to say maybe Fridays, maybe Mondays, depending on how quickly I get to it. But it's always a highlight to listen to a nice conversation with lots of life lessons that we can all learn from. So thank you.
Thank you,
Meg. You are amazing. We wouldn't have any social media presence without you.
We sure wouldn't.
And also, thanks for QCing our episodes, because we'd be saying weird shit sometimes.
We really do. It's really true. Well, thank you. Steph, I frigging love this team. I mean, I can say I've had some negative business partnerships. I mean, like really. And it has just been the exact opposite with the Edit Audio team. I love everyone. I am so proud of what we're creating together.
It feels like you're about to get into like a holiday, like, oh, I'd make a holiday wish, but I can't because all my dreams have already come true.
Yes, they have. This is our very own Hallmark movie moment.
Aw.
All right, folks. That is it for us for this year. We're going to see you at the top of next year with more problems, more love, more joy, more solutions, more long and sometimes intense talks, and just kind of more. And both producer Steph and I want to tell you to go out, enjoy those holidays, lower your expectations, follow all the tips that the team gave you. Thanks to the entire Edit Audio family for joining us today. And you, listener, thank you for being a part of our family.
Thank you. Happy holidays.
There it is. For more Robin, and you may need that, you probably don't need it, but like if you do, you can follow me at Real Rob Hops on all the platforms, all the socials, as the kids today say. Well Adjusting is an Edit Audio original series. It's exec produced by Steph Colburn and Robin Hopkins. Our producer and editor is Maria Passingham, and our production manager is Kathleen Speckert. Thank you to the entire Edit Audio team and to you for listening.